All right, hello. Get it done in 2021. It's Christina Savoy here from the John H Chafee Fitness Center in Newport, Rhode Island. I hope you've been following us along. We have just finished week 5 of our lower body focus, and now we are moving into a new segment. So this is going to be labeled segment number 2, upper body focus, and we're going to start hitting that with 2 assessments like we did with our legs. We've got a shoulder mobility and a rotary stability today. And that's probably what we're going to get to today. So we're going to take a look at that. Dennis is going to put us through our screens. We're going to show you one simple way to do it at home. And then hopefully you have stuck with reassessing now that you're in week 5. It might be a good time to reevaluate your squat again, your overhead squat, see if you've made some improvements, as well as checking out how that's looking right now. So let's get it done in 2021. Up about 4 weeks or so. So this is going to be your guide. And again, put your notes and things like that on there. Okay, so perfect. So welcome, join us on the journey.
So time we checked mobility, we looked at ankles and hips, and now we're going to do a little assessment of thoracic spine mobility. So the primary areas you want to do and T-spine, and notice the other ones are mobile, right? So and then we're going to, as Christina says, talk about is, obviously, as the word says, an attempt to assess how stable you are, because stability, all right? So I'm just going to measure from the crease of her rib. So she's she's going to put her wrist. Christina's arm and just hold of your mobility. Just look on the top. Okay, let's do that again with that same arm on top. Okay, and one more time. Okay. So now she's going to do her left arm on top. Okay. And once more there. Okay. And one more time. Okay. So again, so that if your arm we go to mobility, either her hand length was 18. So which we want to work on, okay?
So I can give you a perfect example of somebody who I worked with this shoulder mobility test, and he was actually an archer. So his body was, and he knew it, that's why he came to see me, was really out of whack. And from doing that repetitive motion, so think of maybe your pitchers or anybody who plays a sport that might be one-sided dominant. This is a great way to see how that balances and then be able to rebalance that body, especially if you're overstretching or overusing one side versus the other. This is an amazing checkpoint before you begin your upper body journey, okay? So that's one thing, and then we're gonna just have Pat come over, and Dennis is gonna do it with the apparatus, and I'm gonna show you a quick way to do it at home if you don't have this wonderful system that we have, that we purchased. We're gonna show you another way to do it.
So Pat, if you just give me your dominant hand, and just make it, yeah, there we go. Okay, so Pat's about 20, 21. So he's going to put.
I have just a measuring tape or something like at home. You could just get a little string, right, and say this is my optimal. I could cut that string at what my optimal is, and then we're going to measure what Pat's is, and this is going to be your quick reference at home. If you can have somebody help you out with this that you are able to be in close contact with, that would be great. And then when we see where Pat, after he starts doing some work, could we see if we can get further down what his initial was, and trying our target would be to get him to this length.
Side, your arm's going to start down here, and again, you're going to do that one smooth motion, one arm overhead, the other below. Okay, let's do that one again. So usually
Okay, so I'm going to just pop in here. I'm going to see where we are. I'm going to take that measurement, and now this is going to be Pat's goal, is to try to get it as close to that hand length as possible in the future.
All right, let's do the up on top.
Scientific measurements here with the ribbon.
Okay, one more time there, Pat.
Beautiful.
Okay, and one last time.
And the same thing now, I would do this, have somebody at home measure this for me and take that one and see if I can improve it.
Okay. So 2021, and he's at 23, 24 centimeters. So, right? So, and Kat's behind the phone here, but I'm pretty sure she could get actually. Did me? So I have my prices that I have been doing. Spine mobility. Catch up with you. So going to be putting to that, as we show your length, then we want to catch up with you in the end, right? So and have you back to pressing weight overhead, all right?
So, and we're going to go through some stretches next week for sure. But one to think about that we've already given you is your bent over T's, bent over Y's, okay? So on your sheet from last time, which we're going to go a little bit more in depth in this next week, or remember we showed you that modification on the ground where you could be laying here and bring that up and really kind of start helping that mobility in the area that Dennis was just addressing, okay? And then next week, hopefully we'll give you a couple more, even though we're so definitely something that I'd like to work on. Personally, we're both swimmers, and I bet you it would help improve our stroke tremendously in the pool and probably get us a little bit more efficient. Again, we've been using that word quite a bit in these series.
Yeah.
Is we want to be safe, effective, and efficient.
Yeah.
So I would love to be a more efficient swimmer. Pat and I have both been working on it for a couple of weeks. We've been working with one of our great coaches here and trying to improve our technique so that we can swim Save the Bay really well this upcoming year.
Nice. So when you think is health, mobility, if you're back, you're behind.
All right, here comes the fun. In this room right now on this one, and we're going to move into our rotary stability. A lot of things come into play here, and we're going to struggle, but we're going to try to show you at least one that's somewhat adequate. And if not, you could always look it up on, Google it and try to find a perfect one. But today, I don't think we're going to get quite there, but we're going to be pretty darn close, hopefully.
A way of trying to screen whether you're still and before effectively and safely, as Christina says, right? Now, before to work, right? You're introduce this little your right? So in these here, right? Knees and hands all in the same. These are under right? So pick up to heel and then return to this starting position. So sense because right, and then extend. Okay, so that. Has to shift forward, right? just saying you have to bring yeah. Okay. To this movement. So right first here, and now she's going to try it on her.
So with those, recall I've had a couple of surgeries, and this is the side I've had some surgeries on. So a lot of times in life, what happens is you start, like Dennis is saying, it might not be a strength thing. This is also a brain thing, and you start to kind of guard the side that you have had issues with. But it's really beyond time that I stopped doing that. Okay, so a good way to show where I'm a little deficient in trying to get that side back to where it needs to be. Okay, so we're gonna give it a shot. So right away, I'm already nervous to put my weight onto that side. And the same thing for you guys at home. You know, if you've had some, so, you know, I feel like I could if I just would practice it a little bit more, but that's a lot shakier. So we'll try it one more time. Okay. Did I?
So you can, that's a 3, but the 3 of us. Yeah. And on the left, and again, I was just talking about because of her injury. So it would not be surprising if you try, you had some asymmetry between your left and right sides. Okay.
Sure. Hardware store, you might even have something down in your basement and get close to this measurement, and that's fantastic.
Okay, so here, or your hand to your and then extend. All right. Yeah.
Not always.
Yeah. Patch stability 3 times out of an unstable position and get figure things out.
So today, we're going to wrap it up for today. We're going to come back next week, and the first thing that we're going to do is Dennis is going to give us he's going to do his homework. He's already worked with Pat, so Pat actually is ahead of the game, and he's been given some exercises. We're going to come back, we're going to start with those, and then we're going to revisit our wonderful warm-up. And we just tweaked a few things. We that's not in this one because we're doing a little bit more of an upper body focus. We're adding in a couple more things with the upper body, and then we're going to show you a couple more levels in that warm-up that we did, like the 90-90 stretch, which is a great one for building that mobility that we're working on for the upper body. We've added in an arm sweep. We also have a modified leg one for those who already be able to get that arm all the way back. We're going to show you another level. There's always another level, okay? So, I mean, I guess the best yogis in the world might be able to get all of these perfectly, but you always have something else to strive for. So if you find that you're killing everything that we gave you in weeks 1 through 5, we're going to start tweaking those a little bit as we move on. And like we said, where we have Pat, who is his gym, but we still have some things to work on for him. And they said we have some goals still. I hope we all have some goals where Pat and I want to do this 2-mile swim in open water, where we can get his time down, and he can be more efficient, use less energy to complete the task that he wants to complete, which is always great, okay? Save some wear and tear on our muscles, save some wear and tear on our joints, and be able to still perform at a great level, okay? So we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that upper body. We're going to work on correcting some of these things. So if you can get a partner at home to do these quick with you, again, put your camera on it, take a look at it. And then the one thing that I'm going to quickly show you right now is, and it's funny because I was certified a long time ago in this system, but the old system, which I'm going to give you that today, if you're here and you are completely, really struggling here, there's no reason, and we talked about this a few weeks ago in the pillar bridge where we said you could start here in this quadruped position. There's no reason to try this at home right now. See if you can do one side at a time. And then if you're really even still off on that, want to back it up even more, but let's see if you can even get a opposing side while you work on this over this week. And that's it for Get It Done in 2021 this week, and we will see you same time, same place next week.